Hello friends, welcome back to another Tumbler tutorial. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to create a vinyl wrap and glitter swirl tumbler. This one is super easy to put together and the combination options are endless. So I really hope you enjoy the video. Everything I'm using is listed and linked down below in the description box. I'll also have links to all of my social media pages, my Facebook group, Patreon group, and I've got some discount codes down there for you as well. Okay, I really hope you like the video. Let's go! We're starting with a 20-ounce skinny straight from Craft Haven, and we're going to start by wrapping our cup with some vinyl. I'm using just some regular Paper Studio vinyl from Hobby Lobby. You can get this online and in store. It's removable vinyl and it's got a matte finish, so it's not as easy to work with as like a printed Oracal 651 vinyl, but it's still okay. So I'm going to cut off any excess up at the top so that the vinyl fits pretty much the exact height of our cup. I don't want to have too much excess and I don't want to waste it. So I cut off a little piece of the backing like I always do, and I'm adhering that piece of vinyl to the cup. And then I'm going to start to put this vinyl onto my cup, smoothing it on with my thumbs, as you can see there, pushing the backing away in the process. You can also use a felt edged squeegee or vinyl scraper if you have one of those, whatever you prefer to get this on there with the minimal amount of bubbles. So now once my seam meets up, I'm going to cut off the excess, get rid of the rest of the backing, and our seam is pretty okay. I'm just going to leave it as is. I'm not going to cut off any of the excess. And then I'm going to take my craft knife up at the top of the cup and cut off all of this excess vinyl up here. I'm taking my knife first at a 90-degree angle. I'll show you from the top down view so you can see how it goes here. And I'm just running it right along that top rim. It should be pretty smooth. I do recommend using a newer blade. That will make this so much easier. Then I'm taking my knife at a 45-degree angle and I'm going to cut off all of this excess vinyl up at the top rim, kind of right below the top rim. That's going to start to create that stainless steel small little line that our epoxy is going to adhere to give us a really good solid seal. I'm going to stick my cup chuck in there to help me out. And now I'm going to go in with my painter's tape. I'm using, I think this is 1.5 inches wide. And I'm going to use this as my guide to decide where I want my glitter swirl to go. I'm going to put this down so that the ends of my tape, as they wrap around the cup, I want the top end and the bottom end of the tape to be on the same side of the cup. You'll see what I mean in a second. I want you to be able to see when you're looking at one side of the cup, just the swirl, like the diagonal swirl. And then when you're looking at the other side, I want you to see where it starts and where it ends. So right there, and then we'll put our decal right in the middle of that. I'm going to cut off all of this excess tape from the bottom of my cup using my craft knife. And then I'm going to take my craft knife and cut out the area where my tape is covering. So I'm going to cut right along the edges of that tape swirl that I just put down. And I'm going to cut through the vinyl so that we have our little swirl of stainless steel exposed. In my head, this was the easiest way to accomplish this. This was like the best way that I could do it and like lay it out so I could see what I was doing and really visualize it. You probably could avoid cutting out the vinyl. You could just paint your swirl on there if you wanted to just do it that way, but this is the way that made the most sense in my brain. So I'm just cutting along those tape lines like I said, making sure that I just try to cut as straight as possible. You know the deal, I can't cut straight, but I'm trying. So once I've got it all cut, I'm going to remove that painter's tape with the vinyl. So you'll see I've got my stainless steel swirly here. I'm going to take that same tape and tape on the edges of my swirl to use just to protect from any of the paint getting on my vinyl. I just want to tape that off so I can keep my lines really crisp. I'm also taping off this bottom edge where the vinyl is so that I can glitter the bottom of the cup the same color that I glitter the swirl. And for the base paint for our glitter swirl, I'm going to use this gold metallic paint that I got from, it's Deco Art brand. I got it from Michaels. I'm going to do one coat, let it dry for about 40 to 45 minutes, and then I'm going to go in with a second coat, but for this one, I'm going to add a little bit of the Crystal glitter glue to it to help us adhere our glitter just a little bit better. So I'm mixing that together in a medicine cup, and I'm going to apply it to all of the same spots on my glitter swirl. For the glitter, we're going to use a custom glitter mix, of course. I have the recipe up on the screen right now. It's also posted to my TikTok if you want to check it out and follow me over there. My TikTok username is @MadeByMannyandMal. So I'm going to apply this to the very bottom of the cup and then all over our glitter swirl. I really love this color. It just is like the perfect rose gold color. I don't know. I'm really happy with it and I would like to put it on everything. So once I'm done applying my glitter, I'm going to tap off as much excess as I can with my scissors, and then I'm going to remove all of my painter's tape. And then I'm going to set this aside, let it dry for at least 2 hours. I think I probably left it overnight if I can remember. But as long as you leave it at least 2 hours, you should be good to move on to the next step. I'm taking my glitter glue here and I'm going to apply a second coat of glitter. Looking at this, I wanted just a little bit more full coverage. So I'm going in with my glitter glue again, just carefully making sure I don't paint on my vinyl with the glitter glue. And for this, I'm just going to go in directly with Chanel by itself. This was the main player in our glitter mix, so I'm just going to use that by itself to fill in any spots and just give us a little bit better coverage. Then I'm taking a chip brush and brushing off any excess glitter that is where I don't want it on my cup. And then I'm going to set this aside and let it dry for, you guessed it, 2 hours. Then I'm going to take my glitter glue again and seal this glitter in so we don't get too much glitter movement when we go in and add our epoxy. I want to try and keep this cheetah print as clean as possible. So once it was dry, I went in with 2 coats of epoxy. The first one was about 25 milliliters and the second one was between 10 and 15. So now I'm ready to add all of my vinyl detailing, and I'm going to use brand new vinyl from Craft Haven. We're going to use an ultra glitter sheet in the color Rosy, one of her craft sheets in the color Bubblegum. This is just like Orcal 651. And then I'm using this beautiful pink opal sheet. So there they are together. I really love to pair pink with this natural cheetah print. I think it's a really fun color combination and I really like it. So you can do any color you want. Of course, if you want to keep this more neutral, that would look really, really good as well. Or if you wanted to do another little pop of color, I think you can pair anything with leopard print or cheetah print. It's a neutral to me. So starting with the ultra glitter sheets, I cut out some stripes on my silhouette. These are 11.8 inches long. I tried to cut them as long as my machine would let me on the regular mat, and they're about 0.11 inches wide. I wanted these to be relatively thin because they're just an accent to our glitter swirl. So as you can see, I'm just taking them and swirling them around my glitter swirl, just kind of as a nice border to help finish that area off. And now I'm going to go in with my regular decal here. I'm using the Bubblegum for my top, and then I've just got some regular white Orcal 651 for a middle offset, and then the pink opal for the very bottom layer. And when I did the offset, I took the regular SVG, and then I made an offset of that. I think I did 0.30, and then I took that offset, which is our white one, and made an offset of that, again at 0.30 or 0.35. For the pink opal. So we made basically an offset of our offset to get the 3 layers. So I'm going to apply the pink opal color first. Look how pretty that is. It gives me very Barbie vibes. I think this vinyl paired with a really pretty Barbie purpley glitter would look super cool. So now I'm taking the white offset and just placing that word by word. You guys know how I like to do it. I like to break it down into small, manageable little bits. And then I'll do the exact same thing with our top layer, which is the bubblegum. I'll just go piece by piece and layer all of these up. Once I've got my main decal down, I'm going to add one more little line of striping right next to our ultra glitter vinyl lines. I cut this out of the same bubblegum color that we used for the top decal on our cup, and I cut this out of the same size as our ultra glitter stripes. So these are 11.8 inches long by 0.11 inches wide. Now this is not as stretchy as the ultra glitter sheets were. Those were pretty stretchy, so I could kind of maneuver them and pull them and make them reach the end, because this swirl was a little bit longer than the 11.8 inches that I cut for my vinyl stripes. So for these, I'm using my heat gun and just slightly heating up the vinyl so that I get a little bit more stretch in there. And then once I got it almost to the very end, you can see I kind of made it there. I'm going to take another stripe. I cut out more than the 2 that I'm going to need so I could do this if needed. I'm just going to take it, and you can see here, I'm going to line it up right where the stretchiness kind of warps a little bit, and then just finish the stripe all the way down to the bottom of the cup. And under epoxy, you can't see that seam. You really won't even be able to tell. So then I'll do the exact same thing on the other side, just taking this very slow, not stretching too much, just really trying to get the most out of my vinyl that I can. And then I'll take another piece and finish off that stripe as well. And I tried to stretch the vinyl out so it got almost to the bottom so that our seam, when the two pieces of vinyl met together, they weren't, you know, like right in the middle of the design. So I sprayed this vinyl with a coat of matte clear spray from Rust-Oleum to seal everything in, and then I added my final 2 coats of epoxy. Each coat was about 15 to 20 milliliters, and now we are all done. So this is the final result. I really love how this cup turned out. I think the pink and leopard combination is a classic. It's one of my favorites, so I really hope that you enjoyed the tutorial. Don't forget to let me know what your favorite color to pair with a neutral cheetah or leopard print is. I can't wait to hear what your guys' favorite colors are because I'm always looking for some new color combos. So anyway, I really hope you liked the video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up down below, and make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to my channel. As always, thank you so much for watching my video. It really means the world to me, and I will see you in my next one. Okay, love you. Bye. I definitely got lipstick on my teeth. Eh.